Welcome back. And so we will try to get Mr. Allison back on the show, but we're progressing. You know, we have a packed show for you. So on this particular segment, we're going to be having a conversation, an interesting one, I guarantee you, on entertainment. The movies, to be precise. So who is responsible for all those fast-moving, you know, exciting shots that you see in those big movies on the big screen? Let's speak with one of those amazing individuals who joins us on the program this morning. Let's welcome Mr. Idowu Adedapo, an amazing cinematographer. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Brief.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
We're glad to have you. And what's with the headgear? Chris, I couldn't help it. Very interesting. Talk to us about the headgear before we talk about the camera.
All right. It's actually my signature.
Okay.
So that's what I choose. So, you know, every creative people, they have their own signature and way of, okay, do you know that, okay, this is this person doing this. So this is my signature. This is what I choose.
Are you protecting your hair for some reason?
And actually, I just liked it because what prompted this was I love watching Indian film.
Okay.
So, yeah. And I have a lot of them as a friend.
That explains it.
And just spreads our language. I'm not sure.
And you know, we used to watch a lot of Indian movies when we were growing up. Yeah.
Exactly.
So you've contributed to a long list of body of work, even the one that is being talked about right now, Seven Doors, Alakada. You know, we just mentioned a few. Talk to us about your journey. Why cinematography?
Yeah, first of all, when I was young, or let me say when I was small, I like watching TV. You know, sometimes even when my mom or my parents took me to church, like let's go to church, I do run away from church to go and watch TV. So sometimes even at a point our TV stopped working, and I have to remove the tube inside that then it used to be like this turning thing. Yeah. So I will stay behind the box, which I'll ask my brother to stay behind the box, so I'll be watching it. So, and then I used to call it imagination TV. So even right from small, I love watching TV. So when the opportunity comes, so I quickly grab it. Like, okay, fine. But then the journey wasn't easy. While growing up, but I love camera work because I always say, okay, how do they capture human being inside this thing? So that's really what me. So when I see someone that, okay, fine, is doing it, I say, okay, I would love to join. So that's the story behind it.
Oh, beautiful. So when you see, because there's a lot of work that goes into television, that goes into filmmaking. So when you see the final output of your work, do you have a sense of fulfillment, that it has been well interpreted during post-production?
Yeah, but not all. Because sometimes, you do some project which is filming and you don't have time, because sometimes most of the producer, they might not be ready to take it to the editors. So sometimes they keep it for a while. So meanwhile, you can't wait for the project. You'll be somewhere else working on another project, and meanwhile maybe that's the time they are ready to work on that, so you might not have time to monitor it, which is very, very, very good to see what you are doing. But I would say 90%, yes, most of the time if I see the output, because I do disturb the editors and the colorists, like, okay, fine, let me see what you are going through, let me see what difficulties you are having, and the colors, okay, this is the reason when I use also Kelvin. So the Kelvin is the color temperature. So I do communicate with them even before going on set. We do have a group, what they call a group chat, and we have color palettes that we work with. So, but even if I'm not there, they won't derail from what we come up with, with the set designer.
You know, I asked that question because, sorry, Jeffrey, we're still having negotiations with Femi Adebayo on the need to release some amazing body of work from Seven Doors that were not released with the final output. And from, you know, what we're hearing, there's a lot of work that went into it in terms of not just cinematography now, but, you know, the artistry of the actors in that work. So I imagine there are a lot of experiences similar to this, you know, from your work on other movies. But yeah, but you've spoken to it. So Jeffrey.
Let's talk about, a lot of people lay claim, just like in every profession.
Yeah.
If you've done one project or the other, you see that maybe you bring a plumber, you bring a painter, you bring all of these guys, and I realize that, oh, this person is really good, this person is not really good. There are some people that I call original quacks. You know, you see all sorts of levels of skill set. So in your view, somebody who really dreams of becoming a great cinematographer, what should the person be looking at in terms of skill requirements to be able to say, I really know how to do this work? The reason I'm asking that question is, as soon as people get popular in what they do, teachability becomes difficult because now they've found fame, and if they're not doing things right, it could be difficult to correct them. So what's the right way to learn cinematography, I guess?
First of all, like I do tell the younger one out there that they look up to people like us, because I'm not the only one in the industry. I do tell them, love what you do, enjoy it, marry it. I've been in industry, let me say, like 27, 30 years ago.
Wow.
And why coming up, you know, back then it's so discouraging. There's no money, nothing. Even back then I have to call my mom to send me food, to send me money, and then I'm still working. So you go to locations sometimes for like 1 month, and even going back home, you won't trek back. No money, no nothing. Do you understand? So why? And because I love what I do back then, while growing up, so I don't even see any bad thing about it or any bad thing in it. So I do talk to them like, okay, fine, enjoy what you do, because while growing up, I do say it, and I do tell people about my history, how I come up about being a cinematographer, and I don't hide it. I don't go to film school. I don't at all.
So you've never gone to learn cinematography?
Professionally. In school?
Yeah.
No.
Interesting.
But because I love it, I don't stop. So that I do tell them that, okay, the phone you are holding, it's your school. Don't just use it for anything like, okay, I want to just chat. It's your school. Use it. And if you have opportunity of meeting higher people, that people you look up to in the industry, ask questions. What you want to know, in as much you know how to read and write. You understand what you are reading. You know it. Watch film more. You will understand.
Brilliant.
And whatever you watch, ask questions.
We'll also come to the disruption that, let's say, social media has brought now. So you have filmmakers that are not necessarily cinematographers in that sense. They just pick their mobile phones or they pick a little camera and they're shooting stuff, and their content is getting millions of views, they're getting some money. We'll come to that. But the purpose of this conversation, and it's a series we've been doing, is to show that what people see on screen is not just because of the actors. It's not just, people pay attention to the actors, or maybe the producer, and maybe the director, but they don't pay attention to the fact that it takes a whole village to make a movie happen.
Yeah.
So I want you to help us this morning. I want to mention the people that are involved, if you can do that, because I know as a cinematographer, you have a very wide view of the crew. The people involved in making a movie. We know the actors, we know the producer and the director, but aside that, the people on the set, can you mention the people that are on the set to make a movie what it is eventually? Those people.
Okay. First of all, it's a teamwork. Yeah. So now, based on the technical side, first of all, you make mention of the director, and okay, fine. When it comes to the technical, the DP, the director of photography.
Okay.
The art director.
Okay.
We have gaffer, which they tell story about even the light. So because if lighting is not perfect, the film is whack. Because I used to go back and say, even without, if you watch horror, because I watch horror film also, that's my second film I like. So you can even tell story with lighting.
And that's from the gaffer?
From the gaffer.
Interesting.
And you have grip, which they are the one that even do, you have long, which they call crane, that you do. So they do more of iron thing, heavyweight.
Ah, I see. So they help you to move the cameras and the equipment.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can get that smooth.
Exactly. We have track. So everything they use is iron. So which is heavy.
All behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly.
So who else do we have?
We have cameras now. We have focus pullers.
What is that?
Focus pullers. So they're the one that will do the knob.
They have
so
the
now
device.
And they are very key.
Because if you lose focus, you've lost that.
That is high. So once you go blur, then don't let me. And that's why you have to call professional, because they are very key. The DP have to be very, very, very friendly. Friendly with them. You have to, because it's like, dude, you don't get it. I can't see anything.
Wow.
Yeah. So because that's eye. Because the camera itself, its brain, lens, and the focus puller, they have to have connection.
I thought the cinematographer was doing that, the focus pulling.
Yeah, back then.
To get depth of field and all of those things.
Yeah, back then, when we used to use a hand to focus, but now we have follow focus, that's autofocus. So the focus puller will sit here and the camera can be there, then we're controlling the knob and they will connect it. So that is very, very key, because even if you spend billions of nairas and the focus is not good, the entire thing wrong.
I'm feeling the pain. I'm choosing a big budget and you just see the vision.
So the focus puller is a small god.
Exactly.
Wow.
There's someone that you need to
be careful with.
Yeah.
Maybe they give you more food on set. Or...
Yeah, exactly. Because and you have to make sure their own views too are clear, because they have a very small monitor in front of them. They are checking. Apart from the director monitor and camera, they have their own. They have their own village, which they sit separate from where the director is sitting. So even the focus puller himself have to be very perfect and be very clear.
His vision has to be good.
Very, very good.
With all of this work being put in, I know you started off when it was like just a mission. Now this is really a money-making machine. The industry is big now.
Exactly.
Are you guys getting the reward for the hard work you put in? Besides for instance, cinematographers don't get celebrated like the actors.
Exactly.
So, but at least is that compensated with the money you get?
In Nigerian film industry, it depends on the relationship you have with the producers. Some producers, you like them. Sometimes, even till now, sometimes I pick scripts because I love it. Sometimes I don't chat because I want to work, because I love the script. I want to be the DP behind it. I want to be the one they will mention his name behind this film, because I love the script. Because before I accept job, I check your scripts, I read it, and if I like it, fine. Like, okay, I want to be on it. But if I don't like it, I'll stylishly say, okay, fine, I think I'm busy.
Well, you can't take that love to the market to buy food. That love that you have
in this tenuous economy,
to buy food or car.
Okay, let me now play it. So now, the good thing about it is, though you don't know, you never can tell the film that will make waves out there. But sometimes you don't work because of the money. Maybe the way I was trained, I don't know. Sometimes by the time you're getting the review, sometimes you're like, if the reviews are not good and they're talking about, even you yourself, that okay, the money is good, but right on set, this story is not, but the money is good. And you later now hearing the review, like, what's this? This is rubbish. The storyline, you'll be like, wow. And because if they now know you, like people like us and like, Mr. Views, this one, people will message you, like, what are you doing there? Why do you have to? Is it the money?
So the offers that you stylishly turn down, are they from producers that don't pay well?
It's not even the producer that don't pay well.
He's not after the money.
It's the story.
It's the story, right?
Yeah. If the story doesn't make sense. That's not how you get the money and you spend it, but the name out there. Because there's some people who see the film like, okay, fine. I don't think I can call this guy because the last project he did, I don't like it. Yeah.
So off the cuff, who are those that you really like working with from experience? You know, off the cuff, if you mention, perhaps you could mention a few names.
It's a set-up question.
Just an advisory.
I love all the people, all my clients.
Politicians, spoken well.
I love them.
So you love,
all good.
You love Funke Akindele, Femi Adebayo, Toyin Abraham,
up to the lowest producer.
Chioma Pota, all of them.
Everybody. Even to up to YouTube producers.
So what are some of the remarkable work you've done? I'm happy you mentioned about script. Carry on, because I was listening to him. Because there are some movies I see and I like, and I see behind the scene, and the actor is reading, maybe they're interviewing, said, I read the script and I fell in love with it. And my heart's like, how did you fall in love with it? Just tell us you wanted money. Just don't tell us that. So tell us some of the projects you really are very proud to be part of.
All my projects.
Okay. I give up. It is up to you.
No, you understand the position he's in right now. And it goes all the way back. Were you in Isakaba?
Yes.
So
I shot,
all the way back.
Isakaba Return.
Return, that's a recent, but you weren't a part of the first one.
No.
Okay, good. So it's okay that you're being, and it's understandable, right? You don't want to be you don't want to pick any favorite. But I want to speak to the remuneration aspect of it, because our drive is also to ensure that our industry is viable. You can't put in all the work. I mean, it takes months sometimes to shoot movies, sometimes weeks, so you don't see family. The kind of life you live is not the normal life. So a lot of sacrifices, but it's like you're a soldier, you're at war, right? So we want to ensure that you get proper, remuneration. Does this industry charge, or does it pay as much as 100 million naira to cinematographers? Sorry, let me cut it. 50 million naira. Does this industry, and I'm not asking you in particular, is this industry, Nigerian movie industry, able to pay as much as 50 million naira cinematographer? Or is that too much?
Where did you go so high? Let's start with 10.
Okay.
Is there a cinematographer that ends up to 10 million naira as a film?
Okay, I think I can answer yours. Your own is quite high, but I know we will get there. But 20-25, yes.
Oh, 20-25 million per project.
Yes.
So based on that, are there contractual agreements signed? Because sometimes movies make more successes than anticipated at the start of the shoot. For instance, who knew that Funke Akindele's A Tribe Called Judah would hit $1 billion at the box office?
Naira.
1 billion naira. Perhaps I'm prophesying.
Amen.
So when you see such, do you feel a sense of entitlement that, this movie did a lot better than we thought it would do, at the box office, and so, we contributed collectively to the success, and we deserve a little more?
Okay, why? On said, why going on said, like, you have a contract, which does not include that.
Okay.
Here in Nigeria, except the producer have personal love, or you want to just do, okay, fine, after this project, take this. So, even if they make $10 billion, you have no business with it on that again. You're being paid and after the project, and that's it.
So do you experience personal love in such instances afterwards?
He loves everybody.
They are all my people because I love them all.
So talk about the future of the industry from where you sit. we're recording big numbers, at least from our level. We've done 1 billion. We're doing first week of millions of naira now and all of that. What do we need to do to really break the barrier just beyond the fuzz?
I think we need to work more on our technical in this country and the storytelling. And yeah, I think those are the two things we really, really need to work with. The technical and the storytelling, how we tell story. We do more of, most of our film we do in Nigeria, it's more of drama. So I think we need to work on, action drama and then action proper, which I believe we're getting there little by little.
Amazing. Thank you for being such a delightful interviewee and by avoiding all those traps that we set for you. We've been talking with Mr. Idowu Adedapo, filmmaker, cinematographer. We thoroughly enjoyed this interview, and I'm speaking for Jeffrey and Kayode.
Don't forget Mr. Views.
Mr. Views.
This is Mr. Views.
With his band, what do you call it? Is it? No, it's not bandana now. What do you call it?
Turban.
Turban, yeah, that's the right word.
So we look forward to having you again. All right. And that does it on the show today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow with another bumper package. I am Bukola Koka. Bye for now.
I'm Jeffrey Uzoma. I'm sure you know why I'm laughing, but bye.
And don't forget, it's not all about the money. Money is good, but make sure you make impact. Sunrise Daily is next. To have a great day.